Hey, it's MK, and I am back with another little hop with the Scrappy Inspiration gals. And this theme is called Back to the Future. In case you guys didn't catch the little I don't know, little picture at the beginning. Ugh, whatever. Anyways, what am I doing? So I have decided to continue with a layout from my 2006 album, only because I'm still kind of in the mood. Plus, I went back into the past to do to do photos, and so I thought it would be perfect if I continued with the Back to the Future hop with some more past photos. Now, the idea behind the hop is to bring out an older product and use it, or an older tool, an older technique, something old, and bring it back, okay? So for one, I've got my old photos that I'm bringing in to Scrapbook, but that doesn't count. I've got some product, but I don't know the date of it, so I'm not sure if that counts either. I know that this Close to My Heart ribbon is uber old. That doesn't count either. So what am I bringing in to bring back from, the past? Well, I decided that I'm gonna bring back my eyelets, right? Check these tools out, you guys. These are so pounded and worn out. So I have the cutter, the hole puncher. I have the setter. I have the big old bang hammer. I love this little tool, and everybody makes fun of me every time I bring it out. And then I have two different colors of eyelets that I thought went really well with my color scheme. I couldn't find a green that I really liked, but then I also have they said it's self-adhesive, but I've got holes all over it, you guys. I don't know how they can define self-adhesive. What else do I have? I have three different types of ribbon. Now, I'm not sure exactly what ribbon I will be using, but I pulled out three types because, for one, I have tons, but I don't have a lot of embellishments to go with a party theme layout. So I just picked out colors. I only stuck with my pink bin, my pink and red bulky bin, because there's a lot of green in the papers that I picked out. Plus, it's a princess party, so I wanted it to be a little peachy pink. Okay, even though pink and purple were her colors. I also pulled out these. They almost look like the top of a ribbon spool, like back in the day when they used to make it out of wood. I don't know where I got these. I think I got these in a gift exchange or something like that. And so I thought it would be kind of fun if I covered these with paper, because they look like ginormous eyelets. Okay, it was just a thought. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I also went ahead and picked out my title. I cannot remember where this title came from, but it has a whole bunch where it starts at like a blue and works all its way down to a pink, and then same on the other side. So I changed it from It Was Magic to It Was Fun, because this was pretty fun back in the day when things were simple. I also again went into my bulky bin, and I've got all of my die cuts that I've, like this here, all of these, sorry guys, all of these doilies, I forgot the word, came from just a piece of paper that Kaiser Craft had, and I fussy cut them all out and then sorted them by color. Okay, so that's where the doilies came from. All of these pieces right here and here and here and here, all of these came from pieces that were pocket cards. So I basically just took all my pocket cards and I took out what I wanted from them. Now this one I actually turned into a piece of chipboard. So I cut out what I wanted from the pocket card and adhered about 2 or 3 layers of cardstock and created my own chipboard. Okay, and then like I said, these ones are all just the backs of pocket cards. Okay, but again, because of their color scheme, they all ended up in my pink bulky bin. Okay, and then last but not least, I have a couple of these flowers that I know came from a die cut set. I believe Maggie Holmes. I apologize if I got it wrong. but she had this huge floral pack available back a while back, and I picked up one and thought that this kind of sort of, they are creamy rather than pure white, but then again so are my doilies, so I think it goes really well. And then I pulled out some, oh, I brought these back, you guys, because I am awfully tired of having these in my stash and not being able to use them. Now, I probably won't be able to see them on this paper, but I do have colored vellum that I thought I would try, or I also have colored mulberry paper. So if not, I'm gonna try to pull these out. If not, I have the other doilies that I picked out. Now these three papers came back from the first layout that I created. If you guys don't remember, I can't remember what day, I think it was 27, that I created the first party layout where nobody showed up yet. So it was the decor and the invitation and all that stuff that I created with these papers. These ones over here were just because I didn't know if I wanted to pull in more of this green or not. And so I basically just have these two sheets. I don't know why they're only 8 inches, but they're not even from the same paper pack, but they do match. And so I thought, well, let's figure out what I'm going to do, but I'm not sure yet. I have no idea what I'm going to do, you guys. That's how I start out every video. And what am I going to play with today? Well, my pocket pages are becoming neglected. Now, how my albums look is I have a single or double page layout, and then every now and then I have these pocket pages, especially when there's more photos than a 2-page layout can handle. And I call these an insert because they're inserted in between a 2-page layout, and it's like one side of the layout plus a pocket page, then you flip it and you have a pocket page, and then the other side of the layout. And it kind of goes really well because you have the stuff. I don't know. Because you have the same photos, right? You're working with the same photos. Now, when I do my pocket pages, I basically try to fill up all of them with photos rather than I have to come up with pocket cards, okay? And these ones here happen to be a little bit, you know, they happen to fill in all of the gaps, and I've already put them on cardstock. Now, when I do pocket cards, and to keep it from being so bulky, is I will take the other side of the card. Sorry, I should have done this before I flipped it over. But I'll take the other side of the card and glue the photo down. So it's glued down to one piece of cardstock, and it keeps it nice and thin, right? But because, oh, sorry, I just can't leave it hanging, you guys. But because I have a lot of gaps to fill in on this side, I decided that that is what I'm going to work on and figure out how I'm going to do. Now, these pictures are clearly not glued down yet because I don't know what I'm going to do. With this paper, I could put this piece right here, cut it into 4, and glue my photos on top and then decorate around the clouds. I also have this piece right here to where I could put it up in the corner. That way it looked like I took an entire 12 by 12 piece of paper and made this the back of my pocket cards. I could do that and then just make 2 cards, you know, using the clouds as the background. I could also take this piece of paper and cut it into thirds and use it here and here, and then maybe in the middle here or down here, and then have this stretch across the middle, since these 2 pieces are actually from the same paper pack. I could do that as well. This one also has the balloons on the other side, so again I could do the balloons and have that stretch, have this kind of intermingling, so you've got balloons and confetti going on. I don't know. And then I have this one little tiny piece of chamel left over that is just this minty stripes, okay, diagonal stripes. So again, I have no idea what I'm going to do. This ribbon here might be too bulky for what I'm looking for within my pocket pages. Okay, so I know that that might be too bulky. One of my favorite things to do that I'm not sure if I am going to do is actually have the title on the outside and glue it to the outside of my my page protector, because then I'm not limited to it has to be in this pocket, or cutting a puffy sticker like this in half and have that gap. Okay, so that is another fun thing that I absolutely love to do. This idea right here might also be too bulky, because this ribbon and this wood veneer, it's not wood veneer, it's actually a piece of wood, might also be too thick. So this idea these two items might be thrown out the window like right now, because they're just too thick. But what I wanted to do, and one of the things that, you know, a princess always has, at least in my fairy tales, is a corset. So, you know, kind of like the strings of her dress are always laced up either on the front or on the back. And so I really wanted to take my eyelets and create some sort of corset, whether it's like right here and then something poking out, or whether it's going across the two pages, like it's going from here and connecting over to here. So I'm not really sure. I have absolutely no idea, but that was one of the reasons why I brought in the ribbon to begin with, is so I could do some sort of corset in this pocket page, and then also kind of give you guys an outside the pocket view of how to incorporate pocket pages into your layouts. I love, just a tangent here going on, but I absolutely love incorporating different size page protectors, whether they're all these weird pockets or 6x6s, 8x6s, 8x8s, 8.5 by 11s. I just love all the randomness, and my pages aren't 12 by 12 over and over and over and over again. They have this randomness going on, and I think it breaks up another layout, oh, another layout, oh, another layout. I think that it just it keeps the eye broke up when you see different pages like this. So anyways, let's go see how I am going to accomplish this. I, again, have no clue, none, what I'm going to do, but we will find out. I'm not going to set those off to the side so far to where I cannot see them, but we'll find out and see what we're going to make from this. All right, let's get started. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry for such a long introduction. Sometimes I just can't stop talking. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a decision. The papers were already kind of sort of set up for 6 inches. So I went ahead and I just chopped down to 6x4s, and then that way I already had paper to play with. Now, the other 8x12 piece of cloud paper I decided I'm not going to use at all. I will make what I already have chopped up work for me. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of divvy up the papers and see where I like them and which way. I already kind of had an idea that I wanted the balloon paper to be like inside the corset when I make the corset. And then I really liked the balloon paper. I don't know why. In fact, I even cut the balloons out of all the papers or pictures, photos, whatever they are. I don't know. Right now, I'm just kind of going through all of the embellishments that I picked out and just sorting them out, which ones would look good where. And these medium doilies were just too big. I just wish they were a hair smaller, but it's okay. I still make it work. I was going to, just to use up paper, put the cloud paper behind the photos, because I chopped the photos down so they had a tiny white border. So whatever I put behind them, a teeny tiny little border would have showed up. And so at first I was going to say, well, I want that cloud paper behind them. And then I just decided, what a waste. I'm not going to do that. So I took it out right away and like it much better. I love the confetti in the center, because that's basically what this entire party was, little girls making princess hats and batons. So I thought that went really, really well. Even though I didn't use like purple and pink colors, I'm using, like a peachy and a mint, but it's okay. I still really like it. So now I'm going to work on my corset, and I realized that when I go to make my corset, I don't want this like navy blue sticking out. So I did have to put my other balloon, which is polka dot on the other side, on to the back of this. I just really didn't see it any other way. And so at least I was using up the paper. So I've used up all 3 of the balloon polka dotty paper. And now what I'm doing is I am looking for my quilling tool that is the perfect size to like round my papers, like make it into a, get a fold into it without having a crease. And so, yeah, that was my discombobulated little tool kit that I have put together that rests on a little shelf on the edge of my desk. So yeah, that's in its chaos, you guys. That little tool kit needs to be rummaged through, and it's just been from one crop to a friend's house to, it's been all over. So now I'm going to punch out my holes, and I just got so excited. I wanted to see what this looked like. Am I limited on my supplies to test this? Yes, I am. But I just wanted to go for it, you guys. I didn't want to keep second guessing myself. And normally my OCD would be, oh, you need to measure that. You need to make sure that that's going to go straight across. You need to do this. You need to do that. Yeah, I did not do that this time, you guys. I just dove right in and started banging away. In fact, I was expecting my children to walk in at any time, and nope, they did not. And I'm like, oh, must not be that bad. In fact, I was expecting the camera to shake a lot, but it doesn't. At first, on the first side that I started on, I don't know if that's left or right, I didn't push hard enough or pound hard enough, so I had to trim off some with my scissors. And then the first eyelet that I set, I realized that's not as pretty as it used to look. What am I doing wrong? Well, I had the wrong tip. I had the wrong setter for a larger eyelet already in my tool. So I had to go get the correct setter. And now they look all pretty on the back. In fact, way back in the day, I thought that the beaten up side was prettier than the actual front side. I don't know how to describe that. But I do have a couple layouts where I have, the eyelet in backwards on purpose because I liked how that looked more. I know, call me weird. So I cut out all of the ribbon weaving or inserting because it just OCD, you guys. I just wanted it to look right. I wanted the ombre part of the ribbon that you guys really can't see, but it goes from dark to light, and I wanted it to be a specific way, so I'm twisting and turning, and it just, whatever. So I put score tape on the back side of this, so that way I had a good strong adhesive holding all of these papers together. Because now this piece of card or insert is 4 pieces thick, because I have the white cardstock, the balloon paper, the polka dot paper, and the cloud paper. And then, of course, now the eyelets and the cloud paper is not smushed down. It does have that little loop. So to help me glue that back on, I know I'm behind now, but to help me glue that on, I took off the bottom strip first, and then I went up each side just to try and help me keep it aligned. So it worked out really well. And then on this bottom card, I thought maybe I wanted more of the polka dot paper instead of the balloon paper. So I was just testing it before I actually glued it down, and I decided not to. And I am gluing my papers directly to the white cardstock that I already have my other photos attached to, because I don't, one of the things I forgot to mention in that very long introduction was that I don't like my photos shifting. I especially don't like it when I have 2 pieces of card in one pocket and they shift, and then I can see the back side of one of the cards from the other side, if that makes any sense. I don't like that. So years and years ago, I just decided I'm going to glue my pieces together. It's not like it's going to hurt me if I never have 2 photos in that one pocket ever again. I don't know. I didn't see any sense of why not. So yeah. And now I'm just going through and committing to each card. I divvied up all my product. I kind of sort of put it where I thought I liked it. And now I am, making it happen. I'm committing and I'm going good and I'm doing my thing. So I pull out my ribbon scissors and I cut apart that chevron ribbon, which you guys can't really see that it's chevron. I don't think I ever did a close-up for you guys, but it's chevron, so it had a point right in the center of the ribbon, and I just cut up that point, so now I have striped ribbon for this layout, which I thought was better than the chevron. Now I'm not dealing with such a bulky ribbon being so wide. Well, here's the deal, you guys. I was editing this and realized I used my ribbon scissors to cut the rest of these papers. I'm so mad at myself. You have no idea. Look, there's it is. Oh, I cringed. I absolutely cringed, you guys. I used it and then I'm going to do it again. Oh my God, you guys. I'm yelling at myself. Why? You're not supposed to do that. Okay. In case you guys don't know, paper dulls scissors faster than anything. And so I have always had ribbon scissors and paper scissors. And when I am done with my ribbon, like cutting up my ribbon, I've always put the sheave back on so that way I don't use them for this purpose. And I just must have been so excited to get these finished, or like I was excited to see it come alive, that I did not do that. And oh yeah, I'm yelling at myself because how dare I? Anyways, the center confetti paper, I cut it down the exact same size as my photos. Now my photos are all 1/8 of an inch smaller than the 4x6 pockets. So that way I have that nice clean little frame around my photos, or mat, I should say. And so I decided that I wanted the confetti paper to have that exact same mat to try and break up some of all of this pattern on pattern on pattern. So the cloud paper and the balloon paper go all the way edge to edge, but the confetti paper does not. And I know it's such a subtle little eye break, but it still is an eye break. And once you see it up close, or once you see it in real life, which, maybe you guys will ever get a chance to, that would be awesome. Anyways, if you guys ever saw it in real life, you would be able to see, oh yeah, that does make a difference. So yeah, it just is one of those things. It's teeny tiny little detail that, I personally think adds, but yet, somebody else might go, what's the difference? Well, nothing really. So I'm still trying to play with the last little bits that I want to use. I really want to use this rose or flower, I don't know what it is, on these sets of cards, because for one, it's my last one. It would look weird if I just randomly put it on another layout somewhere else. And oh, look there. I finally remember not to use my ribbon scissors. Really? You used them the whole video. You're so fired. Anywho, I'm trying to use that flower because it's my only one. I think it would be really weird on a layout just randomly placed and nothing else matches. And so I'm taking a break and going, I need more eyelets. Yep, this little piece is looking a little plain Jane. And so I'm just going to put eyelets in a few blank spots. I don't even remember what this card said. Something about having a good time. I'm not sure. But I do like now that it has little eyelets. It gives it that little dimension that I feel like is in all of the rest of the cards as well. That dimension and stuff. So yeah. And then I do have that little random leftover ribbon that I cut off from the second strip that I used, and I was trying to get it to work because you know me, I have to have, like all the pieces used up, but I couldn't. So it's off to the wayside. And oh, the clear doilies. Where are they, you guys? You know what? I put them off to the side and I totally forgot about them. Yep, that's what I do. If things are not like right next to me, they're gone. They're out of sight, out of mind. They don't come back. Oh, look, there they are right there. My ribbon scissors are on top of them, and they blended in with my desk so well that I spaced them out. I totally didn't even bring them back in. Yeah, like totally. Where did that word come from? Anywho, I did decide to glue my title onto the page protector itself. Now, I love doing this, you guys. And I mean, the main question is, well, how long does it last? So I've been doing this for a very, very long time. Longer, yep. Longer than I've had that Nuvo glue. And in all honesty, none of my titles have fallen off. None of them are like messed up or anything, because technically when your album is closed, they're protected by page protectors. Ah, isn't that ingenious? All right, so here are the close-ups. I just wanted to flip it over so you guys can see that you can barely see the title on the other side. It was just kind of one of those, somebody might ask, I don't know. So lots of close-ups. I took a close-up of each individual card to try and give you guys a little bit better of a view, since you guys all got a bird's eye view and it's not really very good. There's the extra eyelets I added to that one tiny little card. And I absolutely love how these banners and roses intermingle on this one card. Again, I want to thank the Scrappy Inspiration gals for this hop, and I absolutely cannot wait to join for the next one. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.